What's up, everyone? You're listening to Sisters Breaking Cycles, the podcast.
Grab your favorite drink of choice and join us as we have the hard conversations that no one wants to have.
My name is Joanna, aka JoJo, and I am your host.
And I'm Jasmine, your co host.
And welcome to episode 10. It
Yeah,
is
oh my
episode 10.
gosh.
Wow. I felt like we just started. We literally started this venture back in June, and we're now in episode 10. Wow.
Yeah, it came fast.
Did. And we actually skipped last week because I wasn't feeling too well.
Yeah, we're glad
So
to have you back and well.
I know. Speaking about that, let's talk about whether our highlight or what we're grateful about. And I'm grateful for feeling better. It was rough. I got a really bad stomach virus and I was like man down all
Oh
weekend, and then
god.
even throughout the week it was kind of hard for me to recover. And then on top of that, I ended up getting my menstrual. And the
Oh.
cramps were like the worst. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I didn't know how to react. My body was just like all out of order. And I was just like, I was in pain. I was irritated. I was annoyed. So it just feels so great to be back to my normal self, being active, eating the things I enjoy, not feeling pain or discomfort. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
grateful that I'm starting off this week strong.
Yes, that's awesome. And it's crazy how it puts it into perspective, right? We rarely think about how good we feel, until we feel so awful that we think our body's going to shut down and die or something. That,
Yes.
we get reminded. But yeah, mine is a simple one as well. Um, we had some thunderstorms here and it has been sweltering hot. So we weren't able to go outside and just be outside and enjoy some fresh air for a while now. And so it was nice to have the thunderstorms come and it cooled down a little bit and then we could finally go out and enjoy, some fresh air instead of just being inside and it being so hot. So that's what I'm grateful for this week.
But sister, doesn't it, because it's so hot over there, when you guys have rain, doesn't the heat rise even more? Don't you guys get like a humid heat?
Yes, it does get humid, but it won't get like super high, right? The temperature itself will be at a good consistent, high 80, no, not 80, sorry, high 70s, mid 70s. So that consistent temperature throughout the day, you really don't feel the humidity until like late afternoon. So it's so
Uh,
makes it nice.
oh,
Mhm.
okay. Makes sense. Because anytime I hear extreme heat and rain put together, I'm just like, ugh, it's
Like,
puffy,
no.
like not a good feeling. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. All right. Well, let's jump right into our episode for today. And our episode is quality over quantity.
Mhm.
There's so many areas where this kind of fits in, right?
Yes.
And we might not even cover all of them today, but these are just some of the main ones that when we think about quality over quantity, they come to mind, like top of head. And those are talking about friends and family is one of them,
Yes. Mhm.
clothing, which is a huge
Mhm. Yeah.
um, food, the nutrition that we choose to eat and put into our bodies, and
Mhm.
entertainment that we indulge in and choose to surround ourselves.
Yes, and that last one, entertainment, that's, some one you wouldn't really think about often when you think about quality over quantity.
Oh, but it's a big one. It's one of the big
Mhm.
ones. So, all right. So we'll go right into it. Did you want to share something, or did you want to start us off with something?
Yeah, I think I have some experience with like the clothing wise,
Hmm.
quantity over quality over quantity. When I was younger, I was just like you. I wanted to shop till I dropped, bought everything that was on sale. I always wanted to be creating a new outfit. I mean, I had nowhere to go in the outfit, but I still wanted to have the outfit and wear it. Um, and I remember going through this time in my life when I had so much clothes in my closet and I would still not find anything to wear. Like I never had anything to wear, right? So it got me thinking,
Struggle is real.
yeah. It's like you look through everything, you're like, nope, none of it. I'm not feeling any of it, not vibing with any of it. And so it got me to question, like, why do I have so much clothes and yet I can't even make outfits out of what I have? So, asking myself that question really got the gears moving in my brain. And, I realized, well, it's like, it's not about how many pieces or items of clothing I have. It's about how I feel about the clothing, right? So I like pieces that are unique, that are different, that maybe have a story behind them. Pieces like that make me feel good inside and make me feel good when I wear it as well.
Mhm.
And when I started recognizing that, I started to become aware of like, oh, I really only circle between, a handful of pieces in my closet on the daily. And so I challenged myself to get rid of a lot of my clothing and donate it. I think this was probably, I would say maybe 5 years back, 5 years
Mhm.
ago. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. It felt nice. It kind of took this pressure off of myself of like always, needing to create an outfit every day.
Sister, I'm still struggling with that. I still haven't mastered that, and you know that.
I know
I've
you're getting closer though.
I've gotten a lot better, okay?
Yeah.
I will say I've gotten better, but I am a sucker for fast fashion.
Yeah.
Like, when I tell you, like, I see, I want, like,
Mhm.
all the time. I think I talked about this in a previous episode, and I still struggle with that. Like, I have invested in certain quality pieces that I'm just like, okay, these are quality. They're gonna last me like
Mhm.
6, 7 years, 10 years if I take care of them very well.
Yeah.
But I'm your Target girl.
Mm.
Who out there are all those little Shein girls? I'm a Shein girl.
Yeah, right.
Everything is so cheap and affordable on that website. You're like, add to
Mhm.
cart, add to cart, add to cart. And it's kind of like sometimes it's the quality is horrible. Like you get to wear it one time, and then after that,
Mhm.
it's like it starts de-shedding or it shrinks or something
Yes.
happens. The color gets discolorated. It's
Mhm.
quality.
Yes.
In the moment for the one-time use, you look cute.
Mhm.
So spend so much money in Shein, it's ridiculous. I spend so much money at Target. Target's a hit and miss. They have good quality and then they have not so good quality.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
H&M, Zara, they're another one.
Mhm.
They have some good quality, some not so good quality, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but I like pretty things. So I want like I see something and I'm like, I want it. It's cute. Like I could totally visualize myself wearing this XYZ. And I'm kind of like you. I don't even do much. So it's like I have all these things in my closet sometimes with tags because
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm gonna wear it whenever I do this type of event, I'm gonna wear it. Yet I never
Mhm.
make plans to make the event. So a lot of the time
Yeah.
I have so much clothing and it's like sometimes I'm giving it away with tags. I've given you
Yes,
stuff with
I've benefited from that often.
yeah, and sometimes where I'm just trying to get rid of it, I'm like, I ain't got time to wait a couple months to give it to my sister. Like, I give it to the Goodwill with tags too. Like, I do that, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, I can't do that. And you know what? The last time that I was in Utah with you, not this time, the one before, it was around the holidays. Remember when we went to H&M and there was like all these little like nice sweaters and they were all on sale? And
Oh, yes.
I was like going crazy, right? So I was like, oh, I
Mhm.
want this one. I want this one. I bought like orange one, a green one. Like I bought all these like knitted little sweaters. I've only worn them one time. And every time that I'm flipping through the closet, I'm like, I don't want to wear that. I don't want to wear that. And I
Yeah.
remember that day when you were like, are you really gonna wear that? And I was, yeah. But in my mind, all I kept seeing was this big sell, sell, sell,
Yeah.
sell, sell, sell. And here I am now. I'm like, oh my God, my sister was right. Like I only wore them once. Like if it was really
Mhm.
a piece that I really genuinely liked, I would have got more uses out of it. And I do
Mhm.
always refer to the same pieces
Mhm.
weekend after weekend, like event after event. I match similar pieces, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
I I really need to purge like a real good purge
Yeah.
of it and really think before I buy because I do have a struggle with that. I want cute outfits that I know are not the best quality, and it's only because they're affordable that I'm like, it's
Right.
but in
Mhm.
reality, I'm spending more in the long run versus investing in pieces that are gonna cost me 80 bucks, 70 bucks, but are gonna last me a lot longer, and I'm gonna be wanting to use them more regularly.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
exactly. But you could start small baby steps. I think you made an improvement with sales, not buying everything that's on
yeah,
sale.
I I have, and if I do buy sell items, I buy more like staple pieces, like, if I'm gonna wear, like, shirts, black, whites, and nudes, it's like, you
Mhm.
can never go wrong with those, right? Any season,
Yeah.
any time of the year, you can wear them, or, like coats, like for the wintertime, like coats, like if I find something on sale, girl, I'm gonna get that coat. So, but yeah, I have really brought down my shopping habits
Mhm.
a lot more than what I used to have them, but I still catch myself when I see the little advertisement coming on my Instagram. I'm like, I want it. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, no, I'm not gonna get it. But yeah, I think it's a girl thing. Or I don't know, maybe guys do it too. You think guys
Yeah.
are very shopaholics? I
I
don't
don't know.
I know
Maybe some.
the guys in my life, they're not necessarily like shopaholics, or they're not like super like focused on like their clothing. But a lot of the girls in my life, they like pretty clothes.
Yeah, yeah, same with
So
me, you
like
know?
they like to be trendy, like, so I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of a girl thing, but I'm sure there's some guys that really do focus on their appearance and want to have a new shirt and want to have, the latest sneakers all the time. So,
Mhm. Yeah, but everything with baby steps, just kind of, like, one activity that I did when I was going through that process is to separate, like, my closet. So I put a hanger, at the end of my clothes, right? And so everything after the hanger, I would hang up things that I haven't worn in, like, 6 months or more.
I do that too. Well,
Mhm.
I do that more for like seasons. Like when it's winter
Mhm.
season, I'll put everything like towards the back of the closet, the stuff that I know I'm not gonna wear right away. And
Mhm.
then the stuff that I'm wearing more often, I put towards the front. You know what I do struggle with though? There's a lot of pieces in my closet that were very affordable pieces that I still haven't worn or I wore one time.
Mhm.
And they're just taking up space, but every time and they're basics, but every time that I'm gonna wear something, I revert to the same things that I normally wear. So to
Mhm.
me, it's like, maybe it's time to let go of those pieces because it's been over 6, 7 months and I haven't worn them. And they're pieces I could have worn during the spring and the summertime, and I
Mhm.
just choose not to use them. And
Yeah.
it's mainly because it was some of those pieces that I got at an affordable deal. I'm like, this is a steal. I got it for $5. I got it for
Mhm.
$6. Like this is a steal. Like why
Got
would
it
I?
on Chin for $2.
But it is one of those things where I'm like, they're taking up space and hangers in my closet. And every time I'm gonna wear something, I like push them to the side. Like I never
Yeah.
gravitate to grab them. So yeah, I definitely need to like just get out of my head of like it was affordable. It was affordable. So what? I'm not wearing it. So what does it
Mhm.
matter if it was affordable? It's just taking up space.
Yeah, and have you ever thought about, like, for me, it also takes up, like, mental space for me, not only, like, my closet space, but I noticed that in trying to decide what to wear, I'd get exhausted going through every piece and like trying to build different outfits with everything. And it just made me so tired. And not having that really frees up my mental capacity
Yeah.
to decide on other things.
Yeah, that's true. It can get a little chaotic. I mean, I love dressing up and I love looking through my closet, so it's not as draining for me to do that,
Mm.
but it is a little overwhelming, especially if I'm in a crunch time and it's like, "Oh, I got 20 minutes to get ready," and I have to flip through a whole closet, 2 closets of clothing to try to wear something.
Yeah.
A little overwhelming, but it's for me, it's not draining, but it is overwhelming a little bit sometimes when I'm in
Mhm.
a rush, which is 9 out of 10 times. I never necessarily pace myself to have ample time to get ready at a calm pace. I'm always like
Mm.
rushing to get ready.
Get to
So,
the next thing. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, definitely moving forward, especially now as I'm getting older, I am really looking into investing in more quality pieces because it's gonna make all the difference. They're gonna last longer, and you mix and match, and you look classy, you look sophisticated,
Yeah.
and you could look trendy too. You could have your like different color pants here and there and mix and match them with different tops. You could still do that. It's just
Yes.
be that fast fashion outfit that you're gonna get for and fast fashion sometimes isn't even cheap. Like some of these places, um, I noticed they have like dresses or like pants and suits or whatever for like 40, $50. I'm like, bro,
Yeah, I've seen that
you know,
too. Mhm.
oh, I might as well go to Macy's and give me the real deal.
Right?
I pay an extra $10 and get like the real deal for like a nice quality dress versus
Yeah.
fast fashion dress from you for 45. Like,
Yeah.
so I think the increase in prices and the inflation is definitely making me incline more towards spending more quality and not quantity anymore.
Lesser pieces. Yeah, yeah. That'll do it. That's a good push, spending too much money.
That's a real good push. Keep raising
Yeah.
those prices, Q Fashion, so
Yeah.
yeah. But all right, let's move along. Let's go into food. Food is a big one for me.
Mhm.
Um, because I think what really made me reflect and change my perspective about the quality of the food that I was intaking was around COVID. When everybody was like, "Oh, you gotta make sure that you triple wash your food because it has a bacteria from everyone shopping and everyone was scared to eat." And,
Mhm.
"Oh, make sure that, you are, you are doing the best you can to just eat whole foods and not processed foods because processed foods are being related to cancer and obesity and heart
Right.
failure." And I'm just like, "Holy
Mhm.
smack." Like, you hear all these different things, and it's like, well, what the heck is it safe to eat anymore?
Right. You're just being constantly bombarded from, like,
Yes,
everywhere.
yes, especially right now, the fitness, nutrition industry has, like, freaking erupted, like, it's
Yes.
everywhere. Every other,
Mhm.
like, TikTok, every other person on YouTube, every other person on Instagram, they're talking about fitness, they're talking about, nutrition, and it which I love it because, like, that's one of my passions, like, I really, really enjoy it, so they got me stuck on there, ever scrolling, saving videos, tagging.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but how much of that information is really true, right?
Right. Mhm.
Sometimes that could be mentally draining for me. The way clothing is for you, the
Mhm.
nutrition aspect, that I do feel mentally draining because I really want to make smart choices. I really wanna be healthy, I wanna be
Mhm.
healthy to be able to have a child and not have a lot of complications. I wanna be healthy so that I don't start suffering from all these illnesses that a lot of people start suffering in their early 50s, 60s. Like, I
Mhm.
wanna be the best version of me so that when I'm 60 or 70, I'm not miserable on all these different pills and medication to keep me going every day.
Right.
I don't want that, I
Yeah.
want to be the best version of myself and take care of myself the best I can now so that when I'm
Mhm.
in my 60s, 70s, I age well and healthy enough where I'm not constantly in and out of the hospital.
Yeah, because what kind of life is that if you can't even enjoy it, right?
Yeah, and then you have all these restrictions, like you can't eat that, you can't do that, you can't, and it's just like, well, shit, just shoot me now then. Like, what the like if I can't continue to enjoy my life and the indulgences here and there, what is the purpose? Like I understand why a lot of older people sometimes fall into depressions too.
Mm,
They're being like put in this little capsule of like this is the only thing you could do in order to keep yourself alive. And here's 10 different pills that you have to take. Like our grandma is in all
mhm.
these different medications and she eats fairly well, right? Like she
Yeah,
doesn't eat
she
really
cooks
bad.
all her meals herself, and these are meals that she's cooked all her life from, living on El Salvador, so it's not like she's going out to eat, right?
No, she rarely goes out to eat.
Mhm,
But even then, she has all these different health issues.
mhm,
And then so I pay attention to that. Like our mom, she has like the asthma, she has like the pain on her
mm,
leg, she has like all these different things, and I'm just like, oh my God, like she's in her 50s. Like, well, what's going on? Like, I don't want to be that when I turn 50. Like, I don't want to be
right.
falling apart. I don't want to be aching. I'm already aching. I have to
Right.
go. I have gaining some. Like, I'm already starting to have aches and like pains here and there. So I'm really trying to be more aware of what I'm putting in my food. I'm trying
Mhm,
to pay attention to eating food that's not so inflammatory because inflammation in the body leads to gain weight. It leads to like clots in your veins. It leads to all these different issues have to deal with inflammation in your body, all these aches and pains. So I'm really trying my best to make more smarter choices when it comes to that for the sake of me having a more enjoyable elder life. And right now, I wanna tell
yeah,
you
that was gonna say even now
because
too.
I've noticed when I eat, like, really high fatty food or oily food or, like, I notice on the weekends, I feel bloated, I feel uncomfortable because on the weekend, I try to eat well Monday through Friday to the best of my
Mhm,
ability, and then on the weekends, we go out, we eat here, we eat that. I'm eating stuff that's like high in sodium. I'm eating stuff that's high in cholesterol, like
mhm.
fats, like not the good fats, like bad fats. And here comes Monday, and I'm like, oh, like I feel heavy, I feel lethargic, I feel low energy. And I'm just like, so I'm really starting to identify the cause and effect of food. Depending on the foods
Yeah.
I could
Mhm,
literally see a difference in how I feel. And
mhm.
I'm just like, "Oh, something's gotta give." Like, I can't continue. One of the TikToks that keeps popping up by random people is how alcohol is poison. You're poisoning your body. And every time that it's the weekend and I'm like, "Oh, maybe I'll have a glass of, like, wine or, I'll have a drink, I'll have a margarita." The first thing that comes to my mind is, "This is poison." You're putting poison in your body. Why are you doing that? That's the first
Yeah.
thing that comes to my mind. And it kind of disencourages me from wanting to drink it. Um, don't get me
But
wrong,
that's
I
a
still
good thing, right? Because, I
yeah,
mean, in all reality, alcohol is fun, it makes things fun, but there really aren't, any health benefits to it, you
none,
know?
none whatsoever.
Mhm.
So, I'm just like, I really started to pay attention to that. I'm like, it kind of disencourages me from wanting to drink. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I have more mental clarity. I have more physically energy when I'm not drinking. Like, why am I going to want to drink? I'm literally doing something bad for myself when I'm trying
Mhm.
so much to do so good for myself. And the way I see it, if I'm already eating not so great on the weekends, I'm not going to add alcohol on top of that,
Mhm.
you know? Versus if I was eating really good on the weekends, like if I was eating really good Monday through Sunday, I could afford to have a drink or two on the weekends. But if I'm
Mhm.
already eating really bad on the weekends most of the time, and then on top of that alcohol, I might as well not do nothing Monday through Friday because all
Yeah.
my hard work of the week just went out the window.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so crazy how you work so hard for 5 days a week, and then it literally only takes 1 day, 2 days for you to feel like complete crap and like your body isn't feeling good anymore. You
Mhm.
know, the impact is intense.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, food is huge now. Like I'm really trying to make I'm so aware of how certain things make me feel that I'm just like, why would I want to feel like crap? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like I already know this is not gonna make me feel good. Like, why would I even want to do it?
Yeah,
And sometimes I do feel
exactly.
like pressured into like if I'm hanging out or we're doing this and they order pizza and it's like that's all there is, pizza, and I'm just like, I don't like pizza. I'm not a big fan of pizza. I'm not a big fan of pastas. I don't really like them.
Mhm.
So, but if we're hanging out and it's like we order pizza, I'm gonna eat like 3 slices, even though I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I'm still gonna eat, yeah.
Exactly. It's like it's in front of me. I'm gonna eat it, even though I don't
Yeah.
enjoy it. And I think
Mhm.
that's what makes me even more mad because I'm like, I'm literally eating this, and I'm gonna feel like shit, and I'm not even enjoying it when I'm eating.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I just think that that for me is a big one now. Like I'm really focused on the quality of the food. When I do buy at the groceries for me to meal prep or cook, I try to buy organic, even though, I don't even know how real this organic ordeal is.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like they still use all these extra pesticides. They just use a lower dosage and just put organic on it. I can't imagine the vegetation and all the things that because I grow things in my garden, you know that.
Mhm.
My
Yeah.
backyard, I've grown zucchini, I've grown cucumber, I've grown tomatoes, I've grown different vegetations. And
Mhm.
I'll tell you, okay, my shit is organic. Nothing on it. And because I don't put nothing on it, there's tons of little bugs that like infest them all the time. I'm
Mhm.
constantly having to like put different like natural things on them to like try to repel the insects. So
Mhm.
when you go to the store and you see the things that are organic and they still look pretty, it makes me wonder like, nah, like I'm trying
Yeah.
to grow stuff in my backyard organically and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, exactly, like, even the bugs won't eat it nowadays.
Well, I'm just like something is a little off. Like I can't imagine that everything that we see is like organic. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I can't either, it doesn't make
But
sense.
but I am willing to pay the dollar extra for the organic version of something versus the regular because
Mhm.
in my mind I'm hoping that even if it does have pesticides, it's a lesser dosage or a
Mhm.
less harmful than the one that's just fully like loaded with pesticides.
Yeah, yeah, the only solution, sister, we just gotta go start our own ranch somewhere and grow our own food and
I want that.
share with the community, everybody grows something different,
Like,
we all
I
cut
told
each
my
other's
friend, I was
grass.
like, "I want a ranch." I was like, well, I don't want a ranch. Let me take that back. I want a house with some land.
Some
Like
land, yes.
land where like one and a half to 2 acres of land on a house. I would be happy with that.
Yes,
Like I
that
would
would
be happy
definitely
with a
work.
house like that. Like it
Mhm,
would give me enough space to do my own gardening, do my own farming, and I have
mhm,
all these different plans of what I would like to do if I had or was able to land a property with that much land.
mhm.
Yeah. But well, that's enough about food. Or unless you want to shine about food. Do you want to talk about food?
No, I need to take notes about food because I mean, I've done the whole, like fitness thing where you're like on a regime and you stick to certain like the portions of how you're eating, what you're eating. Very boring, but I have done it before, but that's about it when it comes to it's like um the quality of my food, that is something I haven't really paid attention to very much. Like I do like to buy organic And as much as possible, like even going to a farmer's market, we have a lot of those here, and a lot of people do grow their own food and go sell it, so that's really nice to have. They grow it on a smaller scale too, so um, that is something I do need to pay a little bit more attention to as well, because I do feel like when I'm not eating well, when I'm eating junk food, when I'm going out to eat too much, even if I'm going out to eat to, like, say maybe a healthier version of a restaurant or something like that, it's still really heavy. Like, it doesn't make me feel good. Like, I've noticed my tummy just doesn't like it. And so I do need to start paying more attention to that, and getting back to, making my own meals, knowing what's going into my body, and trying to be more aware and more conscious of how I'm eating so I don't like feel awful afterwards.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a real thing. Telling you, it's kind of true what they say. You are what you eat, right?
Yeah.
Like the way you eat will really shape not only your physicality of how you're gonna look physically, but
Mhm.
your energy and mood. It
Yes.
impacts everything. So
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I stay struggling trying to lose weight. But I promise you guys, I eat well, fairly
Yeah.
well. Like
Yeah,
I
you
I
do. You
try to
do.
eat very clean. I try to like review things. I'm always looking for healthy recipes.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's more, yes, do I want to lean out? Yes, do I want to lose weight? But I'm also always stressed, and your mental has a lot to do with how your body reacts. I also firmly believe that I have hormonal issues, and
Mhm.
that is really what's holding me back from being able to reach fitness goals.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's important to pay attention to what you put into your mouth because it will literally dictate how you're going to feel.
Yes. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yes.
Mhm. All right. And then let's move on to entertainment. Well,
Oh.
well, well. You want to get us started on entertainment?
Oh my goodness. I'll never shut up about this. Get me going. No I'm kidding. Entertainment. Yeah, we do not think that what we watch, what we listen to, really it has an effect or an influence on us, right? We think that we do it passively in a way that I was like, oh, I'm just, bored, so I'm gonna watch, my favorite show, or I'm gonna listen to my favorite song. But all of that is influencing you, and the decisions that you get to make on a daily as well. I've noticed, like, say, in myself, going on this spiritual journey for me, it was really hard at times because some of the entertainment that is part of that wasn't really appealing to me, was kind of boring, didn't really speak to me, like the entertainment that I was consuming prior, like things that I was watching and listening to. And it was I didn't notice how big of an influence it had on me until I started forcing myself to like the other things, And
What do you mean forcing yourself?
yeah, I'd literally put on, maybe podcast or music that related to just those topics, right?
Mhm.
And I started noticing a shift within myself, within my energy, within even sometimes the way I thought. And so that was really eye opening for me to discover and see. And, I would go back thinking when I'm thinking about memories when I was in middle school. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was listening to some crazy stuff back then. And it just blows my mind to go back and listen to it now and realized that there was even lyrics that I was completely missing, that I didn't really understand, that I thought said something different. But now when I go back to listen to it, it's like, no, it's saying this, which is sometimes even way worse than what I thought it was saying to begin with.
Mhm.
And so that was, you know, a cool realization to come to, like when I went into that shift. And now I can see it. Now when I go and watch old shows that I used to like they're still fun. I still like them, but I can catch the little pieces that influenced my life and my thinking during that time, that I was consuming that type of entertainment.
Yep, all
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah. So it's crazy and mind blowing.
Yep. And like to me, I'm the same way. And for me, it's even harder because when it comes to music, I'm not a very lyric based person. I am
Uh
a
huh.
person.
Yeah.
Give me a good beat and I'm there. Like I'm about,
Hmm.
but I don't know the lyrics. So be like, oh, who sings that song? Or if someone's like doing karaoke or starting to sing a song, I can't follow along because I was
Hmm.
never really focused on the lyric. I was always focused on the beats.
Yeah.
And with that being said, there's a lot of music I listen to that I'm like, what the hell? These lyrics are trash. Like,
Yeah, right.
but the
Yeah.
beat's good. So I'll get into it. And then when it comes to like entertainment, I think you're spot on with that too. Like it literally influences how we think and even how we
Yeah.
feel because our
Mhm.
thoughts are connected to our feelings.
Mhm.
So if you ever like would listen to sad music, like R&B, but like sad music, it would
Mhm.
literally like almost bring your aura down. Like it
Yes.
would literally, it had the power to literally like, see, that was the beauty about the music back in the days. Like it really
Mhm.
got into your soul.
Yeah, you can feel it deep down.
Yes, it wasn't like all this gibberish that's like you can't even understand what people are saying in their songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really influential and it's very interesting that you know we watch things, we listen to things unconsciously, not necessarily knowing how that is shaping our views about life and about
Yeah.
things around us.
Mhm.
Uh, I feel like now this is why I literally focus my energy on things that are like nutrition, health, documentaries based on real life situations. Like if I want entertainment just for the fun of it, I'll watch like things that are like, you know, death stories or like scary stuff,
Like true
right?
crime. Yeah.
Things like that, like what? That really happened? Like no way. Or like
Mhm.
documentaries. Like I am stuck on series, especially if they're like about nutrition or something like that. I am stuck on them. But I rarely turn the TV on. Even when I was young, I never really watched movies or TV. But if I am gonna be on the TV or if I'm gonna be on my phone, I'm literally focusing on things that bring me joy, educate me,
Mhm.
and keep me laughing. Like that's really what I look for.
Mhm.
Because that is the space that I'm in right now. Like I am in a space of health. I am in a space of improvement. I am in a space of I just want to enjoy the present moment. And laughter has a lot to do with that. Like I
Yeah.
get stuck on TikToks about dogs all day long, doing funny stuff. Like that's just what I like. So but yeah, it's true. Like the things that we watch and we listen will always determine how we view things in
Yeah.
present moment or how we approach things moving forward, which
Yeah.
kind of ties in with like friends and family. I think friends and family have a huge influence over us as well. And it's like a direct influence because we've grown up with them or around them or know of them or somehow they've impacted us directly,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
And I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm gonna say it.
Say it, sister,
Just
say it.
because your family doesn't necessarily mean that number one, they have the best interest for you, and
Mhm.
number two, that they are filling your cup with good energy.
Yes.
Doesn't. It does.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like for, especially big families, we always have that mentality. Latino families, Italian families, Armenian families, people that have like huge families. Um, there's always this thing of like, oh, no matter what, you have your family's back, no matter what. But to me, sometimes there's individuals and family dynamics and circles that cause more harm than good.
Yes. I
And it's
agree.
like, are you really going to, my phone rang, are you really going to allow that? And are you genuinely going to be there for that person that causes you that much harm or causes you that much like lack of empathy for you or lack of concern for you when you need things, right?
Mhm.
So for me it's more of like the quality of the people in your life. That's family and that's friends. We could have a bunch of cousins and tios and tias, right? But
Mhm.
if I'm not talking to you regularly, if we're not regularly, but at least once every couple months,
Mhm.
hanging out and it's been XYZ time between it, and I only see you once every year or once every 2 years when there's like a big family function, Imma say hi, I will be cordial with you,
Right.
but I'm not
Mhm.
gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, that's my cousin," and, like, any event that I have, I'm gonna invite them. Like,
Mhm.
there you know? There isn't that quality of relationship there. It was never really
Yeah.
established. We're family through bloodline. Like,
Mhm. And
it's
that's it.
bloodline collection, but there's
Mhm.
no real relationship there, right?
Mhm.
Same thing with our friendships. Our friendships, we're gonna outgrow some. We're going to make new ones. We're gonna work on the ones that are worth keeping in our lives. But at the end of the day, I think when we're young, it's this mentality of like, we're gonna be friends forever. And
Mhm.
we're just gonna have the best of time and we're gonna grow old together and our kids are gonna be best friends and their kids are gonna like hang out with one another. And in reality, as you start getting older, things don't always happen in that way, in
Mhm.
that shape. And you start drifting in ideas. You have to remember as you get older, you choose to get married, you choose to have children. Your dynamics, your shifts, your mentality, everything starts to shift.
Yeah.
And it's okay to turn friends that used to be close friends into more of like, hi friend, I'll see you once a year. Or more
Mhm.
to like, hi IG friend, I see you're doing good. Like I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Not necessarily be like, hey, I have an issue. Do you have a moment to go grab a coffee and talk about it? Or like,
Mhm.
hey, I want to go out to this new place or go watch the new movie. You want to go with me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't
Mhm.
necessarily have that relationship established. And I just feel like for such a long time, we just choose to, it's the quantity, how many people know you, how many people
Yeah.
talk to. But it's
Mhm.
like, what does that matter? And I think Instagram and social media is a great example of this. You could have a following of over 1,000 people, but you might only be actively talking to 7 of those people
Yeah.
on your profile.
Mhm.
It's a prime example of like quantity isn't everything. Like it's the quality,
Mhm.
who you choose to spend that time and energy with.
Mhm. Exactly. I completely agree, and I think you hit on a good point too, is sometimes or maybe we don't even know this, maybe we might not know that it's okay to change, that it's okay to grow apart.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like sometimes, we have such a hard time with growing apart from someone because
Right.
you've known that for so long, you've known that person that way, you've known yourself this way for so long that when you guys are growing apart, you know, you lose a lot of what you used to be
Mhm.
and walk into like kind of some newness to you. And like you said, new ideas, new mindset, new ways of even doing the same things you've been doing all your life, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's important for people to understand, like, it's okay to have your friends that you just say hi to, that you grew up with. And now you're just like, oh, hey, how are you? How are things going online, right? That's how you connect and, have your other friends that are closer to you. Same with family. There's some people that are going to have family that they're, they just talk to for holidays
Mhm.
and some are going to be like, hey, we need to get together all the time because we're all doing the same thing, whatever way it is. But I think that's something to really consider and be okay with friendships
I
drifting and changing.
I think that's the hardest part, people being okay with it. Like, there's
Hmm.
some sense of, like, guilt, I
Yeah.
feel like, amongst a lot of individuals when it comes to, like, "Oh, but I feel bad. Oh, but,
Hmm.
gosh, I'm just gonna keep doing it." But it's like, why? If it's not serving a
Yeah.
purpose anymore, you know?
Exactly.
There's no point.
Hmm.
Sometimes you're at the other end of that where your friendship is the one that's no longer valuable to someone else.
Hmm.
I feel like just understanding that, hey, this is life. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. We just drifted apart and I respect it. Like there's no ill intention. I feel like there's guilt involved or there's resentment and hurt involved. Like, what
Hmm.
did I do? Or why all of a sudden you don't want to talk to me? Like, or why are you choosing to exclude me from X, Y, and Z? What does that matter? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we put so much emphasis on wanting to be a part of everything and anything of anyone that we know, and it shouldn't be that way.
Mm-mm.
It gets to the point where it's like you could see them from a distance and be okay with that. You don't
Yeah.
have to always wanna be a part of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, those are the things that, really come down to in our minds when it comes to talking about quality over quantity. And, like, there's other things too, but I think those are the 4 main areas that really rose something within you and me that,
Mhm.
we wanted to share with everyone today.
Yes, I agree.
Ooh, it's a little long episode right here. There's a lot of conversation. Uh,
Yeah.
is there any other closing thoughts you wanna talk about?
No, I don't have any today.
Okay. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you for the next episode. Have a great one. Bye.